I live really in two communities. I actually oscillate between two worlds, both of which have profoundly shaped me. I work and love the remote and regional area of Western New South Wales, and then I also live and work in Sydney in the inner west, so I have outer west and inner west in my life. I am the artistic director of Moorambilla Voices, and in that capacity I'm also the conductor, and I run workshops for regional children and remote children in schools. So I have this rather wonderful work where I am working with children who are developing artists and musicians, as well as aligning absolute professionals and best in field to co-create works that speak directly to country. I grew up in the wonderful town of Coonamble in Western New South Wales at a time where music was flourishing, where there was an opportunity to sing in a choir, to be part of a band program, and my rather extraordinary parents were very, very determined that we would have the opportunity to accelerate in music, to just be very much part of that live music making that happened in that community, which was quite normal at that point. What happened by the time I left and went to university at the Conservatorium and studied music was there had been a complete transformation of that artistic ecosystem, not just in rural New South Wales, but actually nationally, where those opportunities were not there. So it was very important to me to use that fairly refined skill that I had to create an environment where children, adults and artists would be able to thrive and say something about their life experiences creatively. Moorambilla Voices is a multi-art form youth arts organisation that seeks to serve regional and remote children and youth and communities. We work with children and youth and place them at the very centre of the collaborative creative process, and in doing so we seek to really amplify these conversations at a national level on inclusion and respect. The AgriFutures Rural Women's Award has given us the opportunity to partner with the Sydney Opera House in their 50th year to create a recording called Gurugu Yanme for our Maxed Out company, which is the adolescent arm of Moorambilla Voices. They will be recording 6 works in language to celebrate their shared connection to country. I don't think you can underestimate the calibre of opportunity that has been offered through this project. It is the first time, to my knowledge, that any music by a regional ensemble of any calibre has been recorded at the Opera House, let alone in language, let alone about a worldview that we cherish and share. What inspires me is the beauty and the richness of the Australian landscape. Not much keeps me awake at night because I think the future is fabulous, and I am so very pleased to be leading youth and children who are extraordinary. I think the future of Australia is so safe in their hands. They're leaders and thought leaders, as well as community leaders and artistic leaders of the next generation, and as they come through Moorambilla Voices, the future's looking fabulous.